India and Pakistan, two neighbors locked in a history of tension, wars, and fragile peace. As we stand in 2025, tensions are once again rising. But what's really happening? Is war truly on horizon? In this video, we'll break down the current scenario, recent developments, and the factors that could lead to a full-scale conflict or prevent it. So let's get started. To understand the present, we must revisit the past. The rivalry between India and Pakistan dates back to 1947. Since the partition in 1947, India and Pakistan have fought 4 wars. In 1947, 1965, 1971, and in 1999. In 1947, the first war over Kashmir, and in 1965, a brutal but indecisive battle. In 1971, a decisive Indian victory and birth of Bangladesh. And in 1999, the Kargil conflict fought weeks after nuclear tests. In recent years, events like Pulwama attack in 2019 and Balakot airstrikes brought both nations close to full-scale war. While both nations have mentioned no war posture officially, frequent ceasefire violations, cross-border terrorism, and political rhetoric have kept tensions high for decades. Fast forward to 2019. India revokes Article 370, removing Jammu and Kashmir's special status. This sparked massive protests in Pakistan, followed by diplomatic downgrades. In the years after, skirmishes and ceasefire violations along the line of control increased. Despite a 2021 ceasefire agreement, mistrust remained. Now in 2025, things are heating up again. In early 2025, intelligence reports suggested increased infiltration attempts into Indian territory. Following this, a deadly terror attack in Jammu killed 15 soldiers. India blamed Pakistan-based groups, while Pakistan denied involvement. When it comes to military strength, India holds a significant edge in numbers, technology, and defense infrastructure. But Pakistan remains a formidable force with strategic advantages of its own. India has one of the largest militaries in the world, over 1.4 million active personnel, 4,700 plus tanks, and more than 2,000 aircrafts, which include Rafales, Tejas, and etc. It also has 2 aircraft carriers, which include INS Vikramaditya and INS Vikrant. And the Navy includes aircraft carriers, nuclear submarines, and blue water navy. And the missile systems are Agni series and BrahMos series. And nuclear warheads are estimated 160 to 170. Pakistan, while smaller, has strategic depth with around 650,000 active personnel, 2,600 plus tanks, and over 900 aircrafts, includes JF-17S and F-16S. The Navy includes smaller but with effective submarines and missile boats. Missile systems include Shaheen, Babur cruiser missile. Nuclear warheads are estimated 140 to 160. Pakistan maintains close military ties with China and Turkey, and critically both nations have nuclear weapons. Despite India's superior conventional capabilities, Pakistan's tactical nuclear doctrine and battlefield readiness makes any conflict extremely dangerous. This is not a game of numbers, it's a matter of strategy, alliances, terrain, and restraint. A conventional war is one thing, but a nuclear conflict? In any conflict between India and Pakistan, one factor always looms large: the nuclear shadow. Both nations are official nuclear powers. India maintains a no first use policy, means it pledges to never start a nuclear war, but it will retaliate massively if attacked. Pakistan, on the other hand, keeps its policy deliberately ambiguous. reserving the right to use nuclear weapons even in response to conventional attacks. India is estimated to possess around 160 to 170 nuclear warheads, while Pakistan holds roughly 165 to 175. Both have developed short range and long range delivery systems, from ballistic missiles like India's Agni series to Pakistan's Shaheen missiles. The danger doesn't lie just in numbers, it lies in miscalculation. A major terror attack, a border misfire, or a disinformation could trigger escalation. And with both the countries deploying weapons near the front lines, decision time in crisis could shrink to minutes. The world has seen many wars, but a nuclear war has no winners, only devastation. This is the chilling truth that keeps analysis and diplomats on edge. In the 21st century, diplomacy must win over destruction, or history may not get a second chance. As tensions escalate between India and Pakistan in 2025, the world watches with deep concern. Both nations are nuclear armed, and any large-scale conflict between them holds a serious global implications, not just for South Asia, but for the entire international community. Major powers like the United States, China, Russia have called for immediate de-escalation. The United Nations Security Council has convened emergency sessions urging both sides to return to the negotiation table. Washington, while maintaining strategic ties with India, has stressed the importance of regional stability, fearing that a prolonged conflict could disrupt trade and fuel extremism. China, sharing borders with both nations and being close ally of Pakistan, has issued a cautious statement emphasizing peace but closely monitoring the developments to protect its regional interest and China-Pakistan Economic Corridor (CPEC). Russia, traditionally an arms supplier to India, has positioned itself as a potential mediator, hoping to preserve its influence in the region. Meanwhile, global markets have reacted sharply. Oil prices have spiked due to fears of disrupted trade routes in Arabian Sea. The Indian stock market has plunged, while investors around the world grow nervous about the possibility of a wider regional war. Refuge concerns are rising, with thousands fleeing border areas. International humanitarian agencies are preparing for a potential crisis, and in South Asia's vast diaspora, from the UK to Gulf, communities are anxious and divided, watching developments unfold with fear and hope. A war between India and Pakistan would not be a regional issue, it would be a global crisis. The world's reaction makes it clear. Peace in South Asia is not just a local priority, it's a global necessity. In the past 48 hours, tensions between India and Pakistan have flared up like never before in recent memory. Reports of cross-border shelling, drone intrusions, and political statements are making headlines across South Asia and beyond. Is the region heading towards war in 2025? And if so, what would the cost for both countries and the world? In the last 48 hours, South Asia stood at the edge of dangerous cliff. On the morning of May 9, 2025, reports began pouring in from the line of control, where heavy cross-border shelling was reported between India and Pakistani forces. The Neelam Valley on the Pakistani side saw civilian casualties, while India reported the death of 2 soldiers in the Kupwara sector after an infiltration attempt. Later that day, Indian defense sources confirmed that multiple Pakistani drones have violated Indian airspace. At least 3 were shot down by Indian Air Force jets in separate incidents across Jammu and Punjab. In response, Indian Artillery shelled suspected launch points. Pakistan claimed these were civilian zones, raising the stakes even higher. On May 10th, tensions peaked. Both nations raised their alert levels. Fighter jets patrolled borders continuously. Social media went to a frenzy with viral videos of airstrikes, sirens, and troop movements. India media dubbed it a limited engagement, while Pakistani outlets warned of retaliation without warning. But just as fears of full-blown war loomed large, diplomatic backchannels came into play. Late in the night on May 10th, reports emerged that United Arab Emirates and Russia had facilitated emergency talks between military officials from both sides. By the morning of May 11th, a temporary ceasefire was announced, effective from noon. Both sides agreed to halt firing, conduct joint verification along affected areas, and resume contact through their Director Generals of Military Operations, called DGMOs. Though the guns have fallen silent, from now the situation remains extremely violated. The question was not just whether peace will hold, but for how long. India and Pakistan have a shared history, culture, and even families split by borders. But if war breaks out, the loss will be immeasurable. In an age of AI, nuclear weapons, and information warfare, peace must not be optional, it must be the goal. Let us hope that the coming days bring no more conflict but more dialogue. Because this war, if it happens, won't have any real winners. If you found this analysis helpful, like the video, share your thoughts, and subscribe for more geopolitical breakdowns. Thanks for watching and stay informed.